This is the one episode rule podcast about first impressions. I'm Magpie, and I heard y'all watch some shit last time.
We had a fun time.
Things got really extreme in your absence.
I got really concerned whenever I heard what y'all were talking about.
It was really holy.
I want to see if y'all want to talk about like what's going on with y'all. I kind of want to find this quote from somebody who was talking about it earlier.
Well, I'll talk about myself, and I will get a little bit off topic here because I do want to talk about something that I talked about last time, which is that my ass hurt a lot.
Okay.
And I solved the problem.
I don't know that is off topic, really.
I solved the problem of my ass hurting, and I did it by going on a 6-kilometer walk yesterday. And
so now your feet hurt.
Somehow it helped a lot. It moved the pain from my butt to my feet. Exactly.
Here it is. In one of the discords that many of us are involved in, listener and friend of the show Tyler mentioned, none of you mentioned it, so I have to assume that the anti-capitalist themes of Kappa Ass Adventures didn't come through in the first episode.
They did not come through at all.
Which is just a quotation that I wanted to bring in with me.
It's really...
They were overshadowed by all the juices.
It was just so juicy that I think Marks got lost along the way.
Marks is a little bit deeper than we reached this time.
Ugh.
Anyway, you got anything to talk about, Emma, or should I get?
Should we introduce ourselves? That's Blackle. I'm Emma.
Oh, I just realized I'm talking about my ass pain without introducing myself properly. I'm Blackle Mori. Back at it again.
What a faux pas.
Yeah, my mistake.
And I am Emma Jean, the Nightmare Queen. And Magpie, it is so good to have you back. It is so good to no longer be in the pilot seat, and especially to no longer be in the editor seat.
It's a bad seat.
Yeah. It's a bad seat all around.
Did you at least enjoy my news segment, Magpie, when you heard it?
Yeah. I thought that was very Demon Slayer centric, which means I don't have.
It's the only anime there is.
Yeah, it's apparently the only anime there is.
Guess so.
According to the NHK, at least.
All right. So news. Let's hit up some.
Yeah.
Yes. Actually, I wanted to follow up just very quickly on a news item that we did last week. Earwig and the Witch, the CG animated film being released by Studio Ghibli, not receiving the warmest welcome from Studio Ghibli fans. I didn't think it looked that bad, but there's just not been a very warm welcome. Not been a general enthusiasm for the 3D style.
To be fair, it does look like the movie Ants.
It looks a lot like the movie Ants is one of the main problems.
That's deeply troubling. I had not seen anything that looked like Ants.
It looks like Ants. It looks like the Ant Bully, and any number of ant-based television films released in the early 2000s. So there is...
I forgot about the Ant Bully.
I didn't. I never could.
You carried that torch all the way up to 2020, and I'm proud of you.
And
I'm going to carry that weight into 2021. Over to you, Magpie.
Well, if 3D Ghibli upsets you, you could always, just jump on the studio Ponok train and go watch Marie and the Witch's Flower. Anyway, so news. We've got sort of a anime intersects with real life sandwich here that we're gonna do, in which the first two stories are about the influence of the medium on the real world.
Oh,
okay.
So,
does it involve people buying and reselling sacred items?
No, I didn't actually see I hadn't actually seen the news about the relic hawking until you brought it up. That was a very magpie-centric news item. Good take.
It was magpie flavored.
Yeah.
Anyway, I wanted to bring something nice to the show, which is that let's see. Okay. Yeah. Where the fuck is it? Okay, here we go. This article I'm reading from is written terribly, so I'm sorry.
Okay.
But an engineer on the Hayabusa 2 spacecraft, who signs his tweets as IES Big Brother, has posted that his career in the spacecraft industry was
the Japanese Space Agency.
Yeah, the Japanese Space Agency was inspired by our good old show from Gynax, Gunbuster, which we have seen.
Oh my! But why? But how?
And I don't know. It apparently inspired him to reach for the stars, as it were.
Oh.
And yeah, he was particularly forthcoming about it. I assume because of the mission's relative success, it has brought back samples from a asteroid out in space and dropped them into Earth's atmosphere.
Australian outback.
Yeah, it landed in like Woomera or somewhere. Yeah, South Australia.
Good for him.
I have a picture of this dude, and I don't know if it's him. I don't know if he went to collect it with the rest of the team or anything, but I'll tell you this, I would believe it.
Wow. Yeah, bud.
I particularly love the face shield.
Why is he dressed like he's going to defuse a bomb?
Yeah, I don't know why he's dressed like the Hurt Locker.
I mean, sometimes those things come with symbiotes on them, so...
He's just like... True. He's just like, I heard there were scorpions in Australia.
Oh my god.
I hate it here.
It's heartwarming.
Incredible.
Next news item, and this one is unhinged, I would say.
Okay.
Because I do not understand it, and I'm almost familiar with the subject matter, in which apparently they're going to make a live-action version of Thus Spoke Kishibe Rohan, the sideshow of JoJo Part 4 that stars the insane manga author. This is baffling.
I do want to make an announcement.
What?
Okay.
Which is that I did watch all of JoJo recently.
Yeah.
And by all of JoJo, I mean the last 4 episodes of Diamond is Unbreakable.
Oh, wow. Look at him.
I'm looking at the dude. I don't understand why they would even attempt to do this.
Well, that's corny.
Because there's only like a handful of episodes animated, and there's only like a half dozen short stories drawn in this like series. So I don't know what's going on and why they're doing it, and I'm deeply frightened of everyone involved.
That's corn.
That's some corn.
That is corn.
Michael, they can't see the corn.
Nobody can see the corn.
There's corn.
I have not seen any of the live-action JoJo content that has been produced. So perhaps I'm speaking out of turn. I just don't know how well it translates to live action, and I especially don't know anything about Rohan. Is there anything there?
I'll have to get back to you. I'm gonna watch the OVA of the Spoke Rohan. It looks really, really, really weird. So I can't say if there's any meat on that bone.
It appears there's more JoJo out there than I know about.
I see.
That's
I'm
debatable.
starting to think I did. I'm starting to think I didn't see all of JoJo.
Maybe not. All right. Last news item in this sandwich. So the TSA caught somebody trying to smuggle a pair of kunai on board an airplane.
What is that?
I'm glad you asked. It is a kunai is an old Japanese gardening tool that was taken up by the ninja for use in espionage. It's basically a knife with a ring at the end.
Can I have a visual, not so much metaphor, but actual of the thing that
I will just show you a picture of the thing.
Okay. Oh, those things.
Those things.
I didn't know those. What do you even... Wait a minute. You have to... Hold on. Hold on here.
What?
Hold on. I need to fucking deal with this, because you are telling me that this was used for gardening?
Oh, yeah, the originals of those are like a spade.
Oh.
You know, like a trowel.
Yeah.
But
it appears that these have been optimized for a different use.
Yeah.
Well, it has been like 800 years since these were popular as gardening tools. Anyway, the TSA did catch somebody attempting to smuggle a pair of these onto their carry-on, which is a bad idea, because they're essentially just big knives.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And they did put out a tweet about it, which I question the wisdom of as a government agency.
Wait.
Because
what, the TSA posting like ill-advised things on their Twitter? Nah,
well,
unheard of.
It's not so much that as that I'm gonna read the tweet for you guys.
Okay, I will say this is the agency that like promoted like us like having special locks that only they can unlock, and then they fucking post on their Twitter a picture of the locks that they use to unlock those locks. They just fucking owned themselves.
So anyway, here's the tweet. They posted with a picture of said thing. It said pair of kunai, which was obviously late for their Chunin exams.
No.
This passenger opted to fly and forgot the rules outside the Hidden Leaf Village.
No.
This is no genjutsu. Keen-eyed officers at the Spokane International Airport discovered these kunai in a passenger's carry-on bags. Genin or not, throwing knives must be packaged in your checked bags. We recommend checking with your state and local laws regarding traveling with kunai, as they may be illegal in your state. Looking for the best way to pack your village's headband? Well, Naruto, run over to our friends at Ask TSA. They are available 7 days a week and can answer any travel-related questions that you may have.
I will say that I feel like this is par for the course for the TSA, because I think I've seen something like this where they like just roast the people who get caught. But also, can we talk about how the Spokane International Airport's call sign is GEG?
It is GEG.
Why? GEG.
I hope that it just evaporated any and all of the goodwill established by the Hayabusa 2 story. Because this is one of the worst things I have ever laid my eyes on.
That can't be true.
My belly hurts so bad after you reading that.
I am really upset that Joey isn't here to enjoy this content.
Oh, it's sad. It's sad.
Wish we could share.
I'm despondent.
I will bring it to them privately later.
I just am still on the whole gag thing, because like the people like talk about, oh yeah, I flew into LAX, like that's a cool sounding call sign, but I flew into gag. Get out of here! Like, what the fuck are you talking about?
I don't even know why they bother to have call signs for so many of these places, because I'm almost certain everybody just uses Spokane International.
Well, they have call signs for the actual pilots.
And I'm sure the pilots are just like, yeah, I'm coming into Spokane International.
I'm we're dropping it gag, boys.
Get your kunai.
Get your kunai, we're dropping a gag. Yeehaw!
Oh man, if we had the rights to it, I would definitely cue in the Naruto music with the Kodo drums. You know the one.
Oh my god.
So anyway, speaking of weeaboo bullshit, let's watch a show, shall we?
Yeah,
Absolutely.
I think we should continue picking up from our backlog, which is if I was told correctly, I believe Emma picked last time. So looks like you're up, Blackle.
Give me one hot moment to open up the document. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Here we're gonna go. We're gonna watch an anime at that time. Damn it. Okay.
So good. Such good content to leave in the recording.
Yeah. I'm glad that you're gonna cut this out, Magpie. So I'm a programmer. And I can do the cool code things. For example, I just copied all of our backlog items and put it into a randomized shuffler thing in 1 second flat. And I have chosen, and I do want to absolve myself of all responsibility here because I do not know what I'm getting into. I did choose this completely randomly. We are watching Pet Girl of Sakurasou.
Oh, good.
Okay.
It appears to be in the same block as all the Tyler animes. I'm fearful for my life.
Okay.
If I had to read that, again, I'd say it was probably Pet Girl of Sakura. Wait, what? That is weird, actually.
Sakurasou.
Yeah, probably.
Thank you, Tyler,
Anyway.
for your submission of Pet Girl of Sakurasou.
God damn it.
Yeah.
So continuing from that cliffhanger during the intro, fuck you, Tyler.
Yeah, this was
It was
not as bad as I thought it was gonna be. But it was also not good.
There's a lot there that's like interesting and well done, and everything is so fucking overwhelming, especially in this dub.
Okay.
They just be saying shit.
So
are we gonna get a blurb? Because
Yeah.
I think that's urgent.
I'm getting one.
I'll say it because I'm perfect at saying names.
Yes, of course.
Can't even fucking pronounce the show's title. I will say that this show only ticks 2 of the 5 boxes of my bad anime checklist.
what are the boxes?
The boxes are, which I decided during, I believe, the episode after Astro Score. But anyway, 1 character is literally royalty, which is not checked. Guy sees girl getting dressed, which was checked severely.
Kind of. Like, not in the traditional sense, but definitely in the spiritual sense.
Yeah.
Sure.
Guy
more
falls on
like-
girl, which was unchecked.
It was more like guy oversees girl getting dressed.
I think sees is still in that verb, so it counts. Guy falls on girl, which is unchecked. Convoluted world building, which is unchecked. And woman comes on too strong and sounds like a creep is checked.
Well, yeah. You could write a dissertation about how upsetting that character is.
So let's read the blurb. When abandoned kittens and his good conscience force second-year Sorada Kanda to move into Suami High School's infamous Sakura Hall, the satellite dorm and its eccentric misfit residents turn his life upside down. The decidedly average Sorada finds it difficult to fit in with the bizarre collection of dorm residents like Misaki, an energetic animator, Jin, a playwright playboy, another person who's a reclusive programmer, and
Ryunosuke.
Ryunosuke.
Fuck me, I just said it.
Do it.
Are you okay?
I'm bad at the word. Chihiro, the dorm manager, art teacher, and party girl. Sarada's friend, and a second-year student and aspiring voice actress, pushes him to find new owners for the many cats so he can quickly move back into the regular dorms. However, his desire to escape Sakura Hall wavers when the pet-like and infantile second-year Mashiro Shina, a world-class artistic savant looking to become a mangaka.
A manga author.
Transfers in during the spring trimester and quickly latches onto him. That was a nightmare. That was a lot.
Like a barnacle.
That was a nightmare.
That was quite a lot to get through, and I'm sorry.
I'm sweating.
It's okay. I'm sweating really bad.
I feel a tightness in my chest.
It's okay. It's okay. Let's take
Maybe
some
I should
deep
just
breaths.
do the first 4 lessons of Japanese Duolingo to fucking finally knock this out of the park.
It's just honestly not a terrible idea. For everybody.
Well, not for me. I mean, I'm without flaw, but
Right, sure.
I kind of think of it. I hadn't noticed this before. I kind of question the idea of somebody who wants to be a mangaka attending a semi-prestigious art program.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know. I went to school for theater, so I don't know if I can really talk. But
I don't know much about the culture there, but I do feel like people look down on manga.
Yeah, I assume that's the case. I know that's definitely the case with American art schools.
Yeah.
But okay, so to re-summarize the summary, Sorata Kanda is our main character. Kanda lives in like a miscreant's dorm, basically, at like a big art school. He is not technically supposed to be there, but he keeps cats in his room because he finds them on the street and gets sad. So they forced him to move in there. And everyone who lives there is an absolute, just complete, total basket case.
Yeah, he was, because of his love of cats, he was exiled to Freak House.
God.
He really had to move into Animal House.
Could you imagine if the Onion's sex house was an anime? That's not this anime, but that would be a great anime.
Right, I want to see that.
So Kanda's forced to move into the delinquent hall because he rehomes cats, and everyone who lives there is bad. And the really horny teacher who oversees those dorms forces him to go pick up her niece or something, right?
Yeah.
And
I think maybe
she turns out to be just indolent. just a real store window mannequin of a person.
She's like literally Rei Ayanami.
Ray has more agency.
Ray has more agency and a big robot.
Yeah.
Ray chooses to dress herself.
At least Ray can put her clothes on.
Yeah.
By herself, I guess.
This is like if they like when they like generate spoilers for Neon Genesis, when they like created a new Ray, they like did it wrong.
It's just like they gave Ray CBD to manage her anxiety.
She's so fucking high in the show. She is like she must be high. Like that's the only solution. That's the only possible like explanation for her behavior.
She's got like a CBD subdermal implant that's just pumping it into her. So I have to confess to you guys, and I'm sorry, the intro has gone so long and I haven't said this yet. I did not watch the dub. Oh my god, it was so fucking bad. I made it 4 minutes in and I was like, no, I'm sorry, fuck this, I'm watching the Japanese.
It does even out slightly.
Fucking excuse me? Do you mean to tell me that I watched all of the dub and I did it by myself?
You can just leave. You can just walk out.
Real winners quit.
I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. I had to research just to make sure, because I don't know if you remember the last time that we watched something that was so stupendously fucking awfully dubbed, but it also starred Greg Ayres. It was Another. And Another was directed in English by Greg Ayres' brother, and I had to look it up because I was like, surely this is the same fucking person, because it's so uniquely terrible. And it's not. There are other people out here continuing Christopher Ayres' work.
Oh my god.
I don't even think Greg did a bad job in this. I just feel like some of the characters were so irrepressibly horrible.
It's also just like, listen, Greg.
It was all Pisaki.
Greg, if you're listening, I think you're a great actor, but like the script literally read like 20 different people took one line of the original script and put it through a translator individually, and then they just put it all together in a Google Doc and dubbed it.
Yeah, there was some. I have some things in my notes that do allude to that. I didn't understand the whole bit about the color conversation. It didn't make any actual sense. It sounded like just nonsense.
Well, that was still a little bit nonsense in Japanese, I have to admit.
Could you imagine saying to someone, hey, what color are you? If you could be a color. And they're like, well, I haven't thought about it, but I guess it'll be iridescent. How about you? What color would you be? And then you, the person who asked the question, is like, I don't know. I've never thought about it.
I will say,
let's talk about the dub. I need to have something about this.
Holy shit!
I want to talk about.
Settle out.
So that's this moment just now that just happened. That's the dub.
So I mean, my belly hurt.
At the opening, there's like, okay, so the dude like wakes up in his dorm, and the fucking horny girl, the fucking Aizuken if it was horny girl, is there.
It's and Aizuken, and we're gonna get killed if we keep saying Aizuken.
Who will?
I will take the fall.
Me! I will kill myself! Go on.
Okay. Please don't. And so, the two characters, their dialogue is just them yelling as loud as possible. And like, I literally had to turn my volume down. It was so loud. It was overwhelming.
Not only are they yelling, nothing that they say makes any sense. Like,
yeah.
The translation is like crazy. And if you watch it in Japanese, it makes sense. Like the subtitles for the sub are completely different from the lines in the dub. But it was like, when I was reading it, I was like, oh, okay. That's what they were fucking trying to say with that line. But like, it's a part of being young was just like, it was just, in Japanese, she just says, 'cause we're kids.
Fuck.
It's just unfucking tenable.
Jesus.
Okay, sorry.
It does kind of even out after that. I feel like that first scene was just like uniquely horribly translated.
I'll never know.
It feels like it was machine translated.
It really does. It feels so bad to hear.
It's a specific conversation, even, because the intro makes sense, and then him waking up and having his morning thoughts make sense, and then he discovers an ass in his bed, and then it all goes to shit.
Although, what's the line? The line that he says that's like, waking up to find the butt of a human comes with its own problems. And it's like, shut up! Nobody talks like this.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, yeah, buddy, you're not wrong, I guess.
I guess so. The dub just says, oh, there's a girl's butt in my bed too. This sucks. Or that's what the subtitles say, basically.
Emma, the vibe I'm getting off of this segment where you're comparing the dub to the sub, it sounds like you're comparing scripture.
I am. I'm comparing. I just don't fuck with the KJV, okay?
Speaking of, I do need to jump to the very end since it's relevant to what we were talking about. There's another. I don't know if this was translated poorly, if they did this on purpose. If they did it on purpose, it's terrifying. So, over the course of the episode, he refers to having adopted a pure white cat, a nice, a cute-looking cat. He's just like, I adopted a pure white cat and moved into Sakurasou, and he says it like.
Hold on. Can we talk about how the cat sounds like a person saying meow?
No. Anyway, he talks about adopting. I've adopted a pure white cat and moved into Sakurasou. And at the very end of the episode, he goes on the same speech and he says, and then I met a pure white girl.
Oh
my god!
And I stopped and I said, fucking really?
It's so bad. It's so bad. Okay. I have to explain that.
All right.
So, in Japanese, pure white, like as an adjective, the word for that is mashiro, which is the girl's name as well. So it makes sense in Japanese. But like, this is my open letter to translators. I am begging you. Sometimes you just have to localize just a little bit. Just a little bit, guys.
Perhaps apply some nuance to the text.
At least,
I can't believe Angel from Angel Beats is in this show.
So it's... God damn it.
I got you. I got you with my funnies. Hee hee ha ha.
You have to put some nuance on it, otherwise it's going to sound like a very sudden turn into casual eugenics.
Oh my god! It's so bad! It is so bad. That's the reason that I switched over to this. Well, it's not the reason, but it is one reason I am thankful, because I don't think I could handle hearing Greg Ayers' shitty little voice. I'm sorry?
How does the subs handle him saying I met a pure white girl?
It says the same thing, basically, but you can hear him say Mashiro both times. And, it explains earlier that her name is that. So, it just makes more sense.
Damn, y'all listen to them when you're watching... Well, I mean, you know Japanese, so I guess that makes sense. But...
I guess that is an obstacle.
I imagine it would be difficult to listen properly at 2 times speed.
Yeah, that's most of why I'm completely deranged.
I think if I watched this show in English on 2 times speed, I'd have to lie down. I'd need an IV afterwards.
I did watch it at 1.5 this time.
Jesus.
Stop.
That's weird. That's weird, Blackle.
I don't care.
That's going to distort the shit out of people's voices.
I need to get through it.
Ah, man. You may have noticed, listener, that we didn't really provide a summary as such of what happened in this episode because it's kind of unnecessary.
It felt like nothing happened, almost.
Yeah, largely nothing really happens. It's in Japanese, it's like, okay, let's get this on the table. This show is crazy horny, just like unbelievably, unrestrainably, nonstop horny.
It really mostly comes from Misaki, just throwing them out there one after another, like a fucking pitching machine.
Yeah. And like, in Japanese, it's only like slightly better. Like, she's still saying a bunch of crazy shit, but at least it sounds like the same conversation.
Yeah.
Instead of just like, it's rather than being like 5 or 6 different horny things to say, it's like one big horny paragraph.
Right.
They're going to 2 different stand-up comedy schools.
Yeah.
I think the only notable thing to me in this anime was, hey, it's the Conda kid! The mackerel's good today!
Oh yeah, the fucking inexplicably popular with fishmongers.
Yeah.
I can only assume it's because he's the cat guy. He's the cat guy who goes and gets fish
That makes
for the cats.
Oh yeah, I get it. That tracks.
Yeah, not so inexplicably popular with the fishmongers.
But yeah, like all that really happens in this is it explains what Konda's deal is. I'm gonna call him Konda because that makes sense. I don't know. Misaki wanders around in the background talking about dicks.
Mm-hmm.
Was anyone
she's like,
super
let's
worried
get
when
naked
she's like,
together.
I'm gonna show you...
And his teacher / like house monitor, I guess, saddles him with taking care of her niece.
Mm-hmm.
Who he has a crush on at first because she just seems like a normal, quiet, like kudere type, and turns out to be a completely like unreliable human barnacle later.
Just a real unhinged American Girl doll full of pancake batter. Slop it around.
I couldn't handle her being like
head solid.
Her like she's like so basically she goes to sleep naked under her desk, and the protagonist goes to wake her up, and she's like acting high as fuck.
She's like, what? Oh, put clothes on?
And he's like trying to explain to her that she should wear clothes, and she's like, okay. And he has to give her the clothes to wear, and he gives her like underwear, and she's like, these panties are cute enough to wear. And it's like
you own these, bitch.
Fuck. Come on.
You know, I'll be honest. Dub quality aside, there's a lot of shows that we've watched that have attempted this kind of dynamic that have done it a lot less, like, successfully.
There are a lot of shows that have tried a similar dynamic that have not been as interesting as Mashiro and Konda.
I'll be real. I do heavily sympathize with Konda simply because of the bullshit. Because he is like Job is tasked with it.
Oh my god!
I think Konda's gonna have a stress disorder when he gets older.
Yeah, exactly. Because he's just being like, oh, I kind of have a crush on that girl. Okay, I'm gonna go to bed and have sweet like teenage boy thoughts. And he wakes up and he's just like, oh God, I've seen her breasts and oh, she's barely functional.
I think that Magpie is Konda and then the rest of the podcast is Mashiro. And every single episode is just Magpie struggling to get us to put underwear on.
Just like, put your fucking clothes on.
God.
Stop it. Stop talking about Lupin.
Oh my god. Okay, no, that's targeted. Was anyone else horrified when what's the horny lady called?
I
They're
don't
all
know.
horny. What's her name
Which
again?
they're all
The
horny.
girl who's like.
Oh yeah,
screaming into
Mercy that the teacher is only horny for other adults.
No, not that lady.
Yeah. Misaki?
Yeah,
The booby one?
Yeah.
I guess. Whatever. Anyway, one of them was like, I'm gonna put my anime on. And
Yeah.
I was so scared it was just gonna be porn.
It
But
wasn't.
no, it was a space battle.
She was screening a space battle and claimed
was-
it was.
A lot more. Also, what on earth is a panty forecast?
A gimmick I wish they hadn't done.
If again, I don't know that it makes much more sense in Japanese, but instead she says panty horoscope. Does that help?
No.
Panty forecast implies that they're coming.
Panty forecast implies these are
It's
the
going to
panties I'm
rain
going to wear
tomorrow.
tomorrow, right? But panty
Yeah.
horoscope implies these are the panties that I have been given to wear, and they suggest that it is going to rain. I
It's like if you're wearing
yes!
these, it means it's gonna. I don't know.
This is a bad one, y'all. We're just
She's a
falling
future
apart.
teller. Yeah.
She's a soothsayer.
Yeah.
Much like the oracles at Delphi, who were also probably high as balls
Oh,
Yeah.
for sure.
from
I think
volcanic
that-
gases leaking up into the temple.
I think the Delphic Oracle is probably freeballing it, but otherwise it's pretty similar.
Isn't it pronounced Delphi?
I don't care.
It's not. I was joking.
Oh boy.
This one's rough. Sorry,
We're
Magpie.
just falling apart on this one, aren't we?
I don't have a lot to say. I think because I think if this was like if this was the first Tyler episode we watched, I'd have a lot more to say. But I feel like it's not like shocking to me anymore. Like I know what we're getting into.
Yeah,
In fact, I was
we've
shocked at how
stewed in-
not shocked I was.
we've stewed in Tyler's sauce long enough that when you add more to our pot, whatever.
Yeah.
Is it? Where were we going with that metaphor?
We've already come to a boil here.
Was that like a half like a boiling frog metaphor?
I gotta be honest, I don't remember what I said just now.
It's we're in the soup.
I
and
already
the soup's getting hotter, and Revy's stirring the soup from
Just-
Ratatouille.
I just feel like I would remember if I said something like that. Well, Magpie, I'm just sorry that this is your first episode back. Like, it feels like you went on, like, a long vacation and, like, your flight got delayed and then you finally made it home and, like, someone replaced your couch with a corduroy one.
God, no one talks about corduroy anymore. Like,
Corduroy's still good. It's still holding it down. It's warm.
still holding its own.
It's not that it's bad, it's just, where's my couch? Why did this happen? Not that this has ever happened to me.
Does anyone want some yellow corduroy pants? I feel like a
What?
mustard corduroy pant would be like really styling these days.
All right. So I have to ask. At this point, I'm contractually obligated to ask. Would you watch another episode of this? Because I'll get out in front and say that my answer is of all the weird horny shows that we've watched, I would be most likely to watch another episode of this one.
If I had to pick, so if you line up all the horny anime before me that we've seen, and you ask me which one to watch the next episode of, again, I would pick this one, but also I do not want to watch another episode of this.
So this is like if you were forced to choose at gunpoint.
Yeah, I would be like, yeah, that one.
It's
No
like,
question,
fine, that
but
one,
also,
whatever.
Please no. You don't have to do this.
Sweating. Yes, I do.
I gotta be honest, I had an okay time. It was really, once I got past the, like, Tower of Babel shit, the English dub was, and I just switched over to the sub, it was like kind of just a normal show.
I believe it's pronounced Babel.
I don't care.
Get the gun.
It's time. I'm gonna boil myself.
I think that me correcting y'all's pronunciation incorrectly and not being able to pronounce anything in the show is my cue to fucking perish.
No, I think it's just your bit now.
It's just your whole thing.
It's just who you are. So, if you out there have opinions about what Black Hole's new bit should be,
yeah, please tell me. I need to improve.
You can send an email to us at oneepisodecast@gmail.com.
And that is one, the word, not the number. And if you have any praise for how just completely perfect and unassailable Magpie and I's bits are, you can hit us up with those on Twitter. We are at oneepisodecast. And again, that is one, the word, not the number. Our DMs are open.
Oof. It's been weird to be away, y'all.
Yeah.
But you're home. You're home
Does
now. Corduroy couch and all.
I listened to that. Right? I listened to that last episode, and I was just like, "This is weird."
Where am I?
But I'm not in it.
To continue the house metaphor, this is like you using your Ring camera to check what's going on, and instead of seeing a stream of your house, you just see like the fucking you just see a music video of Carmel dancing. That's all you see on the fucking live stream from your house.
You're just like, that's irregular.